I know it looks like, oh, it's taking time. Oh my God, I've been sharing content for... Ask all of the people that are up here right now. They will tell you that they've been on this thing for
a
years.
long time.
It is what it is. There's process, there's systems in these things. Stay where you are. When it is time,
It will reach you.
I, the Lord, will do it. That's what he said. I will do it by myself. I don't need you to run anything. That's it.
Welcome to another episode of the Faith Pod. On today's episode, I have someone very sweet and dear to me. She's a speaker, storyteller, creative catalyst, entrepreneur with a desire to see young creatives in Nigeria succeed. She's popularly known as the pastor's wife on social media. Her name is, drum rolling, the Peace Oni. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you, Peace?
I'm all right.
Welcome. Really
Thank
good to
you
have
so
you
much.
on the
Thank
show.
you.
What
Thank
are you right
you.
now? Are you Peace Oni or the pastor's wife?
Peace Oni.
Okay, yeah, Peace.
Who
Oh, I
needs
should have
a
told
lot
you
of
to
sleep.
wear
The gown.
Yes. Where did you get that gown?
It was a gift from a friend.
Oh, it wasn't even from your mom. I'd have assumed that.
But the hat is from my mom. I seized it from her.
Why did you seize it?
I didn't want to see her in that hat again.
Why?
Like, enough. Give it to me. Then it became costume.
Interesting. So what is it like to be a Christian content creator? Because that's what I see you as.
Yeah, I mean, it's that label for me. It's that label. I ran away from that label for
Really?
the longest period. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so there's a thing about labels. For me, personally, I don't like for anyone to put me in a box.
Oh, right.
I feel like what that does is when I decide to do something different, you now come with your teeth and be like, oh, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
So I used to run away from labels. And I say I used to because before last year, I didn't want that label. But God actually had a conversation with me on that. So yes. How has it been? It's been an interesting journey, especially when God took over, because he did. He stepped in and he said, I want to be a part of this.
At what point did he step in?
June last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. But you've been doing that before?
Yeah, I'd been creating content. I'd been doing all sorts. I've always been a creative person, dramatic person. I've done all of that. But I was doing it from a sense of... So when I started content creation, like seriously, I wanted to make money. I just wanted to make money. I wasn't trying to make impact. People would be impacted, but that wasn't my goal, all right? But then June, as I said, it became a ministry.
But for me, right, as I was saying to you before we entered the studio, that I went down your page like from the first, thing you ever posted. And it feels like it has always been a ministry. That's how it feels to me. So now hearing you say that it didn't even get serious until like last year is interesting. Because it feels like you've always done this.
So I'm a pastor's daughter.
Oh, right.
But
not every pastor's daughter would even take this route.
There's that. It started with that. But I feel like you will give what you are full of.
Yeah.
That's what I've been fed all my life, know. So I was just giving what I had. Yeah. But last year, it became intentional work and it became a life work. It became something that I decided that this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. So, yeah.
And I like that. I love it for you. And you're impacting lives. I mean, when I found your page, I can't remember what the post was that somebody had tagged both of us on. So that was where I found your page. Then I saw one of the videos. Then it was the first week you came to my church. I'm like, oh, this person even attends my church. So this is to say that even before I met you, I have people around me that, they've been impacted by what you do. So well done,
Thank you.
So my next question is going to be about your mom. She's the original actual pastor's wife. I saw that in a post you put up recently that this is the inspiration.
Yes.
So at what point did you clock and say, I want to make a character out of this. I want to do something out of this thing that I see my mom do?
As I said, I was just releasing what I was already full of. So my grandmom, that's my mom's mom, was an Anglican bishop's wife. So my granddad was an Anglican bishop before he died.
You have a strong, solid Christian background.
is
Wow.
solid. I can't
Very
even,
solid.
I can't even lie. Like, I'm surrounded by priests and pastors' wives, preachers' wives. So this is the environment I grew up in. So
Yeah.
all of that had always been in my mind. But I did not clock to become a pastor's wife on social media. In fact, I had a whole different character planned. I already had her costume. I'm not going to say her name because somebody might steal it and I feel like I still want to do that character. But I had her all planned out. I already knew what I already had content planned and all. As I said, I wanted to make money. This was 2022. I wanted to make money on social media. And then while I was waiting for that costume to be ready, I had time on my hand one Saturday morning. My iPhone was there. Everywhere was silent. And that is the best, material
Time
for a
to-
content
yeah,
creator.
yeah.
You're like, okay, everywhere is quiet. Seems like a good time to work. And then I got that my friend's, as I said, the gown is a gift from my friend. Now, on a norm, I don't wear pink. I would never have worn pink. So when she gave me that dress, I'm like,
What's
this is going to
this?
become costume, right? Because I'm not going to wear this.
Yeah.
So I just took that dress. It was new, and I wore it, and I set up my phone, and I created a scenario of my mom on Sunday morning, and I shared it on TikTok. So TikTok was where I blew, not Instagram. Yeah, shared it on TikTok. I thought about 2 other scenarios, recorded them because it's so easy to actually record on TikTok,
Yeah.
easier than any other platform. And then I recorded, and I shared that, and it became a thing. And the feedback I got was what fed the continuity of the content. It wasn't because I wanted to become known for that. It was feedback that made me
It's
continue.
like happenstance.
Yes.
For lack of a better word.
Yes.
So leads me to my next question, that there is always one post that changes the game for you.
Yeah.
Quote and unquote viral post. Which was it for you?
It was that content this Sunday morning.
The first one you used on that uniform.
I'm telling you.
Wow, did I just call it uniform?
I mean, that's what it has become now, but yeah.
The first one.
The very first one.
Oh, I say it was meant to be really.
Bruh. I couldn't fight it.
Because I would have imagined that, okay,
Like,
maybe I
did,
started doing it, then the 10th one, the 15th one.
The first 3 content I created, that first one was a Sunday morning, and then I do 2 others. Those 3 went viral on social media, and then on Sunday, blogs picked up the Sunday morning. So it was like, oh, this is Sunday morning content. And then it just...
How did it make you feel?
I ran away.
From social media?
Yes, because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? This is not the first time it's happening. I had gone viral on some other, characters, and I would always run. But because I said this time around, I wanted to make money. So when it happened, my friends were on my neck. They were like, this is it. It doesn't matter what it is that made you popular. This is what you've been looking for. Ride on it. So I came back, but not without fight and struggle. Yeah.
So I said when we started that I'd scroll down like your Instagram page, and it feels like you've always been sold out to the gospel of Christ. Like this is what you've always stood for, right? So was there any point where you felt the need to switch to secular or to do something different in the secular space? Maybe you just jamming to one secular song. Was there any point you felt the need to do something like that? Or have you always known that on this mandate?
So I wouldn't call it switching to secular.
Okay.
So the way my life is, I do anything I want to do, and I feel like doing part-time. If I'm not doing something, it's not because I'm afraid of anything. It's because I don't feel like doing it. So, and by that, I'm talking about maybe going to the club or, doing all of the things that people would consider not Christian enough. If you see me not doing it, it's because I'm too lazy or I'm not interested. Not because I've not thought about, what is it like? I say all of that to say, I've done other stuff. I started professional creative work in 2013. I did a screenwriting course and I started to write. So I'd written scripts for Africa Magic, indie producers and all of that. And I also got acting roles in Nollywood. So I've actually done Nollywood. But the only issue is, as I grew, I started to realize that if it wasn't pushing Jesus in one way or the other, I just lost interest. Not because I couldn't do it. It's just, I'm always looking at the end of the day, how does this push Jesus? If it doesn't do that, So can I do secular stuff? Yes. Have I done secular stuff? Yes. Is this something that I want to continue doing? Maybe not, right? Because again, it's based on how I feel. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see the secular one, Sha.
It's Coco there. I did a role. I played the role, Coins of Lagos. It was on Desperate House Girls on Iroko TV. I blew from that character. It was a lot of I don't know, attention and all. And then I was on My Siblings and I, Funke Akindele's series.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the character there, Joke. She also blew. A lot of people liked her. She was troublesome and all of that. But I didn't want to continue to be
Are you a
known as
troublesome
that.
person? You don't look like
I'm
one.
not, right? But I love to act that kind. So
That
I feel
kind of
like
role.
what I'm not, I
You
like to do it in characters.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Nice. Interesting. So before The Pastor's Wife, what was your content like? I've seen it, but I just want you to say it.
So it was mostly whatever it is that comes to mind. I don't even know how else to explain it. I'm as impulsive as they come. And I feel like that is one of the reasons why a lot of people can relate with what I do, because it is as authentic. I'm not acting anything. It is how I feel per day. And that's why it's difficult for me to even bulk shoot, because if I do a lot of content today, I don't feel like it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I won't share.
won't even want to share them.
I won't share them. So my content before that was whatever it is I was feeling. If I was at a movie premiere and I really loved the movie, I do content about it, I share it. If today I feel like the Lord is saying something to me and I feel like it's for the world, I put up my camera, I share the word. It is if I listen to a song that I really like and I feel the need to dance to it, even though I do not consider myself a dancer, I will dance to it and I will share. It's as I feel per day.
I like how you're living your life, man.
I'm literally just...
I really like it. I love it. I love it.
you.
So, what do you think has been the most challenging, thing for you as now you don't like the tag, but Christian content creator?
No, I mean, I don't mind the tag now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is that tag that has been the most challenging part. I didn't want to be labeled, as I said. So, but the fact that I was literally doing a character that was Christian.
Yeah.
And about the church. Like, what else will they call you? Like, this is the character that brought the people to you. So, but I struggled with that because, as I said, I would step out or I would do certain things. So there was a time I dyed my hair red. And I put up the pictures and people came for me. Like, the pastor's wife is not allowed to do this. I'm like, nigga. Excuse you. And it was after that event that I decided to start doing content as Peace Oni.
Right.
Apart from the pastor's wife, because I realized that people could not separate the two. So I'm like, there's Peace Oni underneath the pastor's wife. The pastor's wife is just one of the things that I do.
Yeah, one of the things, yeah.
Peace Oni is a person that will do whatever it is she wants to do per time. If I want to dye my hair red, I'm going to dye my hair red. There's
like
nothing
that.
I can say about that. So
I like that. Yeah. I mean, I support you 100% because I've read it at the moment. So yeah.
She gave me now. I'm like, bruh, don't stress me.
So I like how solid you are. I mean, you're a very solid person, and I like where you stand. I like how you see things, how you see life, your walk with Christ, and all of that. But I'd like to know if there is any point in time where you've turned maybe down a project that is, for lack of a better word now, secular.
Yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, I was on a job, My Siblings and I loved it. I loved the people, I loved the story, I loved the work that was going on. But I did not like the fact that that character was beginning to stick. As I said, she was a troublesome character. I enjoyed playing her. I loved to play Oscar, but I did not want to be known as that. And I can tell that people are quick to attach a character to you, to the person. And I really didn't want to be known for that. So I stopped that particular project. I stopped actively being available for that project and it died down. Do I regret it? No. I hardly regret decisions that I make. I mean, I would learn from it and then I would move on. Yeah. And do I reject some jobs? Yeah. If the job is not building my faith, it is not sharing hope, and it is not sharing love, I'm not interested. But if it is doing any of the three, maybe not necessarily screaming Jesus, but if it is going to build faith, if it is going to give hope, and if it's going to share love, then count me in.
I like that.
Thank you.
So aside, creating content and being a creative person all around, is there any other career path that you think you like to pursue? Maybe tech.
I mean, there's that, but I'll most likely go into psychology. I've always wanted to be a psychologist, weirdly enough.
What did you study?
Economics. But I would say that I have a BSc in economics. I don't know anything. I don't know anything in economics. I just went to school and came out with that degree, man. But I've always been interested in psychology, and I feel like something I'm still going to pursue. And I will most likely still do politics.
Right. You have the steez now. I think you have because immediately you dropped it and said I'll most likely do, and the way you're seated, like I'm just like, I see it. I just saw the picture.
Look at that.
I love it. What ministry? What part of?
I mean, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure, but I feel like I'm
You do.
going
I
to,
think you
yeah,
should
it's
go for
something I'm going
it.
to pursue.
Yeah, I mean, front. I'll vote. Say Michelle. I will vote.
Thank you.
So, you mentioned money when we started that you wanted to do this for money, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about price valuing like Christian creatives? So, I've seen bans so many times on Twitter where people say that, oh, why is Dunsin Oyekan charging? Not Dunsin Oyekan, I'm just using
Yeah,
like
as
example,
example.
right? So why is Dunsin charging to come for an event? And I'm like, what do you mean? Is he supposed to trek there? You know, there are so many things he has to put together. He
Yeah.
has to pay his band guys and all of
Yeah.
that. So what do you think about that topic generally?
I feel like the best person to have this conversation would be Gaze Baba. And I think that he's already addressing it in
Okay.
his podcast and all of that. But what I would say is I feel like we're coming to a place of knowledge and understanding. The reason I did not want that labeling, as I said, is because I knew the other conversations that comes with the labeling, this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Why are you charging for the gospel? Is the gospel not free?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, I'm a creative person. I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
There is cost that goes into being able to create all of those things. And as a Christian creative, it becomes difficult to know where to draw the line. Yes,
yeah.
or where to separate. So for instance, for me, it was difficult for me to know which ones to do for money and which ones to do for free. Yeah, it was but I found it.
I found it.
I found it. And now nobody can make me feel guilty
When you
on charging.
charge,
Yes.
yeah.
I know what it is I do for money and I know what it is I do for the
for
gospel
free.
and for free. Yes. So at the end of the day, I feel like you just eventually need to find yourself. Like Dulce will say, oh, Nathaniel, I think it was Nathaniel Bassi that said God told him to not charge people. But you know when you want to call Nathaniel that you will not call him for any rubbish nonsense. Exactly. So, and people that give him honorarium, I'm sure they don't put 10 naira inside them.
Exactly.
So at the end of that, I feel like we're coming to knowledge, we're coming to understanding. We will find it. I found mine.
Yeah, I love it.
I wish everyone all the best.
Oh my God. I also like how you collaborate with other creators. I really like it.
Thank you.
What's that? Do you see a future where people work together more? Like, what do you see in that space?
That's the only
Or what
way.
drives you to even do that collaboration?
That's the only
Because
way.
it feels like you're one of the few people who actually encourage and embrace collaboration. Like, I could come on your page now, you know, you've done something with one, you know, Christian creative. I really love it. So yeah.
I mean, again, that's the only way we can make major impact. When we keep doing things as individuals, we're just making small
bits.
Yeah, bits. It's just drops off. But when we come together, like there's no how you will not be bringing your individual strengths and resources when you come together, right? And that is major impact. I've always been a fan of collaboration. In fact, I don't know how to do anything alone. That's the truth. Even though I can do stuff alone, I just would rather not, because I feel like if we go together, we'll go further and we'll make bigger impact, as opposed to if I go alone, it will take more time.
Yeah.
And I don't like wasting time. Let's just do what needs to be done. So that has always been my belief. So, of course, as soon as I go into the content creative space, it was, okay, who are the people that I can do stuff with like quickly with? So that we can get stuff done. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, right, we're working towards a common
Exactly.
goal. Propagate the gospel, you know.
That's what it's supposed to be. Even though I'm learning that it's not everyone that has that mindset.
Yeah.
People just want to push their own stuff. And I'm like, you people will learn because we will collaborate.
Yeah.
I don't go great for now.
No grief for anybody. I mean, we started 2024 with that theme. So
do you get me? And a lot of people didn't know. They didn't know that it will even affect them. You yourself don't even grieve for yourself.
Yes.
And your terrible mindset of trying to do stuff, you know, it's just about me. It's about my church. It's about stop it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't grieve. Don't. So, can you share something encouraging for upcoming creatives?
I mean, what is happening in my life right now would be a great example. I did a thing with Paul Thomason.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. And I would never have thought that would happen because for starters, Paul Thomason is not even my circle.
Yeah.
He's not someone that I would play with in that. Okay, no, that sounded wrong. It's not someone that I would move towards. I just considered that, they have their thing. And the way we met, it was weird. He needed someone to act a role. My name came up. You know, it just shows me that when you actually let God, because he's in charge regardless. But you see, because people have we have a thing with control.
Yeah.
I read a post that said the opposite of faith is not doubt, it is control.
Mm.
And that's because I'm a control freak myself, so I understand where that was coming from. That when you decide to release control and just let God do what He will, He will connect you in the most unimaginable ways possible. He's the Father of all spirits. He knows what to do. So what I will be telling any upcoming, creative right now, just do what you're doing. Take it one day at a time. Give it as it comes and stay there. Just stay. I know it looks like, oh, it's taking time. Oh my God, I've been sharing content for... Ask all of the people that are up here right now. They will tell you that they've been on this thing for years.
A long time.
It is what it is. There's process, there's systems in these things. Stay where you are. When it is time,
It will reach you.
the Lord, will do it. That's what He said. I will do it by myself. I don't need you to run anything. That's it.
I like that. So while you were talking, I just wanted you to share the most life-changing experience in your journey with God.
Bruh. It started with meeting Amarachi. Amarachi is Wege, yes. And I'm saying it's the most life-changing now because what that did for me was it started the process of where I am right now. So I met Amarachi. In fact, she came to me and she was like, I feel like you and I should be friends. I'm like, nobody has ever made a move on me. Not even a guy that wanted to date me. I'm like, bro, that's bold. But it should, as I said, God said it was time and it was time. And then she took me to the new. The first day I stepped in the new, I met Pastor Shola. And from there, it became like a whirlwind of... Till now, I'm still dizzy from it because it has just been like back to back, all of that happening in my personal life, my career, and my spiritual life and all of that. So I feel like the most life-changing for me would be, it started with meeting Amarachi and then stepping in the new church and meeting Pastor Shola. I cannot lie to you. I've had the most incredible encounters. I've met the most incredible people and I've done the most incredible things that I never thought possible, all because all of that happened.
I like that. And I like your friendship with Amarachi. It's very admirable.
Thank you.
I love it. So, final question would be, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Beyond being pastor's wife on social media, do you see yourself, the Peace Oni, becoming a real pastor's wife in real life?
I mean, if you had asked me this question last year, I would have given like a very vehement no. No, please. There is no pastor's kid that really wants to be a pastor's spouse. I can assure you. You see that life and you're like, nope. Right? But this year, it has become evident that that's where I'm heading to. And I learned last year to stop fighting.
That battle.
Yeah, that battle. It
has already been won.
It's won. It's
done, delivered, and signed. That's fine. But you're the first person that I've met that's actually just said, "Oh,
that's why I said that it took
it took
a journey. It took a journey, and it took there was an entire conversation. It wasn't and it was are you gonna or are you not gonna? You want to keep running.
But with the real life, pastor's wife be different from the one we already know.
Oh, definitely. So I feel like I've set myself up with this character because now I cannot.
That's how I see you.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, what do we do now? How do we make things different? So I have to be different from what it is that I am as that character.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. All of us will be here.
Well done. You're doing
so
excellently
much.
well. When I think of the strong voices in the Christian community, I think of you. And I think I sent, when I was pitching to you to come on the show, and I was like, when, I had the idea to just speak with not just pastors, but also speak to like people who are like strong voices in this Christian community. And what dropped in my spirit was people like Peace Oni. Like that was what came to me. I don't know if I sent it to Moa, I think I sent it to Tola, and I'm like, yeah, Peace Oni. So that was what dropped. Like it was people like Peace Oni.
My God.
And I was like, yeah, I need to reach out to Peace Oni. And immediately I sent you, you're like, I'm game. Like I'm down for it. And you're a strong voice. You're a strong, solid voice. And God is just starting with you, right? I mean, we still have so many years to live on this earth, and you'd see the things that God will do for you, and you'll be blown away because God is really just starting with you, baby girl. And I can't wait to see you become a pastor's wife. I really want to see the real life pastor, Mrs. Peace.
We'll be here.
I want to see it. I'm waiting for it. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you.
I really appreciate the honor. I appreciate you reaching out. I see your work.
Thank you.
I see what you do, but most importantly, God sees you. And I feel certain level of love. And usually when I feel that, it's because I'm feeling what God is feeling. So I feel it because God feels it towards you. He's really, really particular about you. It is intense.
You know that the word God is particular about you is something I hear a lot of times from people.
Look at that.
Like God is particular about you. Thank you for reiterating it again. Before we turn this into a prophecy session, we have to end the show.
Thank you so much.
I really, really enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much for coming on.
For having me.
And thank you everyone for watching the show today. Please, and that clap for Peace. Pastor Mrs. Peace. Thank you guys. See you on another episode. Toodles. High five. Thank you.
Thank you.